Jason Moorhouse, Castletown member at Arbory and Malew as well, MHK. Yeah. Welcome here to year 2.
Thank you.
I remember all the excitement last year was about seagulls, but we'll
a passing moment, yeah.
Yeah. So you moved on from all that.
Oh, I've tried to, yeah.
I mean, on a serious note, how are you finding the whole thing now? I mean, settled in?
I don't know if you ever settled in. It's just so incredible and fast moving that there's not that moment to kind of sit back and let things go, really.
Are you the right man for this job? I mean,
definitely, yeah.
Because sometimes I think you just feel out uncomfortable or not really fitting in, but is that just the perception that we're seeing in the press gallery, maybe?
It's just an unusual job. It's kind of got so many connotations to it, so many aspects to it that, you can't sit back and relax in a way. You've got to kind of look at each aspect differently and do your best in each one.
So no regrets about taking this job?
None at all, no.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Now remind us, what departments are you involved in?
Health and infrastructure.
How are they going?
Good. Both are interesting. Both have got big areas. Yeah. Both have got very interesting departmental meetings.
I was going to ask you, how much involvement do you find you've got?
It depends on the issue. Things like when the promenade was done, there was lots of input from us. A big scheme like that, we all need to be on board. Day-to-day stuff does come up, but we get the overview, we get the chance to meet key people. So it's a good place, really.
And the other one was health infrastructure.
Yeah.
The health. I mean, that's massive. Isn't it?
It's huge. It's turning around a big machine, but it's things are altering. Yeah, definitely. Again,
how much input can you give that?
It's a challenge in terms of time, in terms of the department's responsibility I've got. But again, going to the departmental meetings, you get that chance to have a say in the overview. With weekly meetings with the minister, so you've got a chance to say things. You've got meetings with the CEO, so again, there's that chance to have an input. Mm-hmm.
Are you happy with those departments, or would you like to move on?
Yeah, I'm happy. I think
there was a there.
Well, yeah, you don't want to get complacent, do you? They're definitely interesting ones. They're probably the two biggest. When I kind of got caught out early on for being the quiet man, it was probably because I was doing so much in the departments. When you think about most of the key issues, it tends to be linked to infrastructure and health. When you're actually at the table able to discuss things, you're in a good place. Is
there anything over the last 12 months you've been particularly proud of? You've been able to do,
Probably the questions. I've asked for 2 emergency questions. The one that got through was on the Castletown police station, which was safe for the nation, which someone's going to get a bargain on, really. So that was a big thing, really, yeah.
Where are we with that now?
It's still progressing. As with government, it's not instant, and it's been transferred to Manx National Heritage.
Are you happy with that result, though?
Definitely that it's in a safe place. What happens next is going to be important, but in terms of it being in the hands of the nation, considering where it is in Castletown, it's crucial that.
What's your ideas for it? If you had
initially, when I started, I got big thoughts, but I'm now just happy to see there's a chance for us to talk about it and come with a solution.
Mm-hmm. How much crossover do you get, like the whole business about what car parking in the square of Castletown, for instance, those sort of things which are commissioner levels as well, but do you find yourself the crossover that you get involved in those sort of things?
It's one of those areas that you pick up on and people expect you to have some input. Things like the parking in Castletown Square, it's down to the commissioners, and it's something I kind of got pulled into early in the year because people say, what do you think, what's happening here? And it allowed me to go and talk to the commissioners, find out what was happening, and then put out a brief statement in terms of this is the situation, this is what they're trying to do. It's not changing tomorrow. This is a long process where you'll have a chance to contribute and make a difference.
This comes up, doesn't it? The crossover, though, between what is a commissioner's issue and what is a member of government's issue. Yeah. Tricky?
No, I think it's quite good in a way. Some members can be quite pressured in terms of this is local area, this is national. But I think if you're working together with commissioners, local people, anyone, you're more effective. You know, one of the favourite school reports I used to see was there's no I in team. And it's true of politics, you've got to work with other people.
How do you work with other people? I'm talking about inside Tynwald now.
I think it's a case of you take an idea to the table, you listen to their ideas and you try and go forward with something that's bringing them together. I feel, you can't go and say, I want A, B and C. It's a case of, have you considered this? Is this an area we can look at? I think that's one thing I've gone more and more for with the questions. It's a case of, is this area under consideration? Can we do anything about single-use plastics? And once we've got the first stage through, can we push it forward to the next stage? And it's that way you actually get action taking place.
Okay, looking forward to the next 12 months, what have you got your eye on?
I think committee work's going to be pretty important for me. I'm on the Economic Policy Review Committee, which is huge. We did the Vision 9 stuff last year. I'm also on the Poverty Committee. And that's quite remarkable, really, because you can become a bit blasé, really, in terms of you're in your nice little bubble, and when you go off to the food bank and you talk to these people and you see these situations, there's definitely something not quite right there. So I think there's two areas.
That's what poverty hat on. The Syrian refugee situation, how do you kind of come out on that one? It's
a difficult one. As the Chief Minister said, we're handing over money with supporting them. In terms of bringing them to the island, I'm not sure it is the right thing to do. It's a difficult time, it's a challenging time. We've got Brexit, which is going to be a massive thing potentially. And these people are getting, some of them are getting the assistance they need.
So you're not for it then, to bring them over?
I think to bring them over, given what we can, given the local problems there are, it's perhaps not the best thing.
So with the poverty in the Isle of Man, how bad is it? I mean, with you're seeing the inside of this whole thing.
We're talking about a significant number of people. It could run into the hundreds.
I mean, a lot of people find that really hard to believe because it's so hidden here then, is it?
Definitely, yeah. But it's people that kind of, they've got the pride, they've also got requirements for daily living, things that often happen in their lives that are outside kind of the norms of daily living, and they've got issues. So yeah, it is a concern, and there are only 3 members on the committee, but I feel that in the next few months we'll be bringing ideas forward that do surprise people.
Do you work closely with your colleague for the area? That's Mr. Cregin, isn't it? I mean,
yeah.
How's it work out, you two?
Him being a minister, he's kind of locked away doing key things a lot of the time, but yeah, we share an office in the Timwell building.
But do you work together?
We discuss issues and
okay, that's coded for not then, or not being. You're not glowing there with that answer. Like you work very closely together. You don't work. We
don't kind of meet up for dinner sort of thing, but
right.
we talk about issues. We talk about constituency issues. I'd say we met up once a week. We're in email contact pretty frequently.
You'd like his job though, wouldn't you? Would you like children and health? That side of things, sorry, children.
It's an interesting job, but
that's what you're a school teacher, right? So
yeah, it's where I have the training. But I'm in a good place at the moment, and I feel I can make a difference where I am. Things will change, but at the moment, happy.
And if you had a chance to be made a minister, I think I probably asked you that last year, but have you got your eye on anything you'd like particularly?
No, I just think it's a massive learning process, and I think that the opportunities that we get are so one-off and so unique. It's just taking them and doing your best. But
that learning process that you should now know, right? I mean, a year in, are you not comfortable with the workings of government? And
definitely, yeah.
You're going to tell me it goes slower than you thought? Everyone else has?
It stops at times, you think. But yeah, when there was the issue with Kate early in the year, I had responsibility for a short period of time, and you rise to the occasion and you do your best. So,
do you see yourself though staying as a backbencher, or do you see yourself becoming a minister?
It's nothing I really thought about.
Okay, well I'm asking you now. Have a think about it. I think I asked you last year as well.
It's one of those things I said before, if the opportunity was to arise, I'd do my best. But I'm not going to go craving for it and saying, Mr. Quayle, could I have this position?
Do you get on with him? Do you have much to do with him?
So, yeah, it's pretty open, his door's open. There are meetings at the end where you can have a quick word, and a couple of things where I've kind of knocked on his door and said, is this up for consideration? And there was one occasion where I said, there's a problem here, can we sort it? And yes.
You like asking a lot of questions though, I think. Are you not one for doing things behind you'd rather do it in Timwell than ask a question, would you?
I do probably both? As much behind closed doors. Yeah. I think with the questions it just allows a topic to open up for conversation.
I sometimes see frustration on when you ask a question. I can see the other person's eyeballs rolling. Like you accept that they're going, oh, why is he asking me this question? Yeah,
well,
it's ridiculous.
It's inevitable in a way. Well, I wouldn't say anywhere ridiculous. I think everything's there for a reason.
Yes.
You know, every question I've asked has brought something in the long run. So, yeah, I think it's something initially, as you said, you go into this position and you look for solutions. And initially I did want to find solutions by sending the email and talking to people. And you find out that constituents want to actually see you doing things. It's one of the ways to measure what's happening.
Are you still enjoying yourself?
Yeah, I love it. It's variety and the opportunities. And the place we are,
Do you see yourself as a career politician at this stage yet? I mean, is this something you've got?
I just want to kind of maximise opportunities. Does
teaching, though, take your fancy again? Do you see that as a future again? Or
it's not something I've really considered. I'm still going to Castle Rush on a Thursday afternoon. I do a couple of competitions, junior achievement and shares for schools, but it's just life changes and opportunities come along.
I mean, it's one of those things. You seem quite different from a lot of the other politicians. How do I put that? Is that polite? You do stand out a little bit.
I think I'm different.
Yes.
My working day's different. My outlook on life's slightly different. But I think that's important. I think that's quite noticeable in terms of the new 12 MHKs and the new members to the Legislative Council. We're kind of different age group with different backgrounds, and we're not necessarily coming with, I want A, B and C. It's a case of, can we achieve A, B and C?
Do you get pressurised behind the scenes not to ask questions or just to sort things out? Or
I usually make contact before I ask a question, and sometimes they'll say, can we just push this slightly forward, speak to the officer, and you could call that pressure, but it's not often they say, I don't like that.
So is it still a very slow process getting things done, or you're getting to grips with how to get things moving?
It's like I said last year, you try a new way. Yeah, if you start off sending one email and you send the email with an added person in, you think, well, if it's not working now, add a third person in, and there are ways to deal with problems.
You always have a smile on your face. I've got to give you that.
Yeah, I suppose it's just, I feel to be lucky. And
the pressure's not got to you at all then?
There are times where you just think, this is a challenge, but, you can go to the gym, you can go for a walk.
How did you split your thing with the PAG question about constituency and government work?
I actually changed as I was thinking about it. I started off thinking about 10%. They actually looked at what I was doing. I finished at 30%. But it's really hard to work out in terms of hour, day, week.
It moves around.
Yeah, it does.
Like that question now we're finished with is about how you rated yourself over the last 12 months out of 10. Last year was
7.5.
7.5.
8.
We're up. Okay.
Yeah, I would get up.
You say that in such a lovely way as well.
I get up.
Yay!
Yeah. I get up at 5 o'clock every morning.
5.
Yeah. I put all I can into it. I learn. I'm not inflexible. I'm there to find solutions, not say here is the solution.
Yeah.
And I think if you're taking that approach on, and things appear to be improving, you've got to raise the score.
And the government. What was that?
I'm going to 8.
That was 8 last year.
Yeah, I'm going to go down 7.5.
I think my first one's gone down. I can't remember now, but it's gone down by half a point.
Yeah.
And you have to explain that, please.
Well, it's quite noticeable percentage-wise, 5%.
Oh, yes. Thank you.
It's I just feel that we've got a lot of uncertainties in the air, and we're moving forward, but perhaps not moving forward with the energy and the clarity we had initially.
Interesting. So another year, we're going to talk to you a bit more, I hope, maybe, because
certainly, yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of change in the next 12 months.
Do you want to hint something?
Well, just in terms of Brexit, I think just how we respond, there could be terrific changes, terrific opportunities. There will be threats, but I feel the team that we've got can make a difference and it can work.